doing things you can't believe. It's the three-man week. Come at you with topics. No, you cannot stop it. Doing things you can't believe.
Alright, welcome back. It's your favorite three guys from the Three-Man Weed podcast. It's your boy Cannon and
it's your boy Hill. You already know Hill going Hill regardless, baby. Let's get it.
Who else?
We got AJ.
Damn, no Hill Presidente.
Okay. The President. No
El
El
Presidente.
Okay. You gotta give it to him, man. Come on now. They asking for it. Don't do stuff like that, man. So what's good, fellas? What's good, man? It's good to see you, AJ. If a lot of people don't know, AJ was satellite last week. That was a surprise. He'll also be satellite for the upcoming few weeks because he's taking care of
Tampa, Florida.
Yeah,
I'm out here in the heat.
Yeah.
Or the rain, whichever one.
That I'm tired of. Boy, it's rained for the last month straight.
I feel like we in Florida. It ain't stopped raining since up here either. Ever since you moved, it's never stopped raining.
Good. Now y'all can see how I feel.
Nah, that's bad energy.
Bad energy. So look, fellas, we back. It's week 3. It's episode 3 of our new podcast. So far so good. I'm excited. It's been a lot of things happening this past week in sports. It's a lot of things coming up. Hill, go ahead and kick us off. Oh, my bad. Before we get started, let everybody know where they can follow us at.
Y'all already know y'all can follow us on Instagram, 3manweave_, Facebook, 3manweave. Also on YouTube, just search 3manweave. Hey, it's that simple. 3manweave.
It's that simple. And with that said,
that fall baseball classic about to start, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Baseball.
The fall baseball classic.
Yes, baseball. Tell them about the Yankees, Ray. Tell them about them. It's a lot of games in baseball. I'm sorry, I can't follow each and every game because there's way too many. But playoff baseball is legit. I don't care. You can rank playoff baseball up there with with March Madness, with NBA playoffs, football playoff, MLB playoffs is legit.
It's one of the best spectacles out there, just because it's you have such a long build up.
Yeah.
Because you had that long season, it's like that culmination. It's like a movie plot. You sit through a whole movie to really get to this point. I know, like football is more do or die. College football is do or die. Those one games can make a big difference. But you got that grind in baseball. It's like all your hard work, all summer, those dog days of summer for this. So when you finally make it, it's just like it's exponentially more exciting. And I think baseball, that's one of the best things. Baseball, they just really do a good job at really marketing, their playoff baseball.
I'm not sure if it's Fox, the cameras, or something. It just seemed like the game is just in slow motion to me in playoff baseball, man. You can just feel it. Like, you can see a mistake coming. Like, you can feel, like, the nerves. Like, you can actually feel it. Like, something about playoff baseball is just different, bro.
Man, it's not Fox. I'm going to tell you that now. It's actually the games and the players, man. Baseball is such, when you think about the game and everything that goes into it, it's a thinking man's game. But in the playoffs, it's no mistakes. It's like chess, man. You make one mistake, it's over for you. Like last year, I'm going to just tell you, that was one of the best, playoffs I've ever seen. Fall classic for baseball last year.
Yes, sir.
The Yankees, man. The Yankees were just maybe a strikeout or just one strike or just one hit away from going to the World Series. It's that close. The decisions are that real. And if you don't like that, if you don't like to see, like, everybody got to be on the same page in baseball. Everybody got to know the situation. We got to know all this without speaking. Yeah. We got to know that it's the 8th inning. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. Yeah. We got to know they got one more. If we can hold on now, they got 2 on. They got 2 strikes. We all got to know that. We got to know where to go with the ball. If it's a base hit, where to go if it's a fly ball. I mean, you just got to respect everything that goes into the game.
Yeah, one mental lapse.
one thing that I love about postseason baseball is like the strategy ratchets up.
Yeah.
Because during the regular season you have your 5-6 man pitcher rotations, and in the postseason it gets down to 4, 3. And you start seeing your elite pitchers on a daily basis. Your bullpens get a little bit bigger because those starting pitchers go to the bullpen. Like one wrong pitch hit move, one wrong substitution in the outfield, one wrong base running move. Man, it can really change the outcome of an entire game and the series. And so it's just like, just like those managers. That's why I feel like, those managers who play small ball and stuff like that, who don't necessarily rely on those home runs, they really excel in the postseason because they know how to make these adjustments. They've been doing it. They just haven't been waiting for, hey, go out there and hit me some home runs because. They may come in bunches, but when they get cold, it's just like basketball. You live by the 3, die by the 3. Same with that. You live by the long ball. Hey, if you're not hitting it, it's getting risky.
It's getting risky.
That is true. That is true.
Man.
So with all that being said, who y'all got?
Well, since you mentioned it, the American League wild card is already set. It will be the New York Yankees, or what I like to call them, the Bronx Bombers.
Know it.
Especially since we like to go deep.
Know it. We living bad.
Against the Oakland A's, the Athletics. This ain't Moneyball.
I ain't sold.
This ain't Moneyball.
I'm not sold.
The Yankees, man, they roster top to bottom.
They healthy.
They healthy at the right time. It had a little bit of scare.
Yeah.
Didi, he had to go for some, for some checkups this week. We was thinking he might be done for the season, but he gonna thug it out.
Judge came back.
Judge rounding off at the right time.
Yeah.
Oh man, just look what we did last night.
Yeah. Solidified.
Just to clinch, just to go ahead and clinch home field for this wild card game, and go ahead and get it out the way and see what we can do. I got the Yankees. I'm more than certain Hill got the Yankees.
I definitely got the Yankees.
No, not all the way. Not all the way.
Okay.
I'm rooting all the way.
I'm gonna root. Yeah.
But I think we can do it. We got.
Absolutely, you can do this. You can do this, right?
But I'm talking all the way too now. Now that you mention it, I'm thinking we have a chance. Last year, literally, man, Altuve. If we just pitch away from Altuve 1 or 2 times, like we're pitching to him in the 9th inning, the game tie, or them down by 1, and every time, bro, he went yard.
He got that low man complex, man. Hey.
Respect to him. He's an awesome player, man. And I enjoy, even though that was my team on the losing end, I enjoyed just watching that last year. But with that said, I think the Yankees made a lot of pieces. They made a lot of moves, gained a lot of pieces. We got Stan, we got McCutchen, we got Judge back healthy. Using our farm system. I think if it comes down to those 2 teams again in the championship series, I'm rolling with my guys.
The only thing that worries me about the Yankees is the pitching. Is the pitching. Like pitching wins it in the playoffs, and I'm not
in the postseason, man. That's what you need. Like I said,
not sure.
Like those bats can go cold, but if you got some good arms, they can pull you through that. They can hold you in that 2-0, that 2-1 game.
Yeah, we got some good arms. We got a good closer.
Who I'm not sold on is the Red Sox. I'm sorry. I done seen this movie again from them for them recently. They get the regular season record. You know what I'm saying? They go out there, they just run through the regular season, and then they get to the postseason. They turn into whole thoughts. Like I'm not sure. I'm not sold. It could be hate.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm not sold on the Red Sox.
So
you know what you need to watch out for?
Mookie.
Rockies came in hot. They got hot at the right time. They on that 8-game win streak, and anything can happen out in Colorado. That's a launch pad. It's like NASA.
Yeah.
With that thin air, you already know.
But that's the thing about baseball. That's what I love about baseball. Like, you can be young and dumb and get to the postseason and get to the World Series and win it. You know what I'm saying?
So the thing about baseball, unlike any other sport, like any other team sport, I should say, like football, basketball, you really rely on other people, to do their job so the whole team can work.
True.
Baseball is the most individualized team sport out there because all it is, you gotta do you. As long as you do you, you'll be fine. Because if you come up to the plate, your team's not up at the plate. You gotta hit.
Yeah.
When you out in the field, you can't make any errors. You can't make any mental errors. So as long as you do your job, no matter how young you are, you good. You can have you can have a really young team as long as look, it's like baseball is just look, man, let's just go out there and play the game. Let's just go have fun. It's all repetition. You don't necessarily change a whole lot of plays because a lot of situations, it's only a couple outcomes. It's not it's 3rd and 10. Are we going? Do I need to cover the flat? Do I need to make sure I'm in my zone? It's a little bit easier. It's just it's a little bit more just react. When the ball is in play, you react. It's almost like second nature.
Yeah, it should be, but there's a lot of players out there that make mental mistakes in the clutch, and that can cost your team. And in my, estimation, I feel like, it's you got to be more cerebral to play baseball than to play football. Football, 3rd and 10 is coming. Like baseball, when you're in a certain situation, there's 9 other people that got to be thinking what to do. You feel me? Your right fielder got to know what to do if it's hit short to right field or if it's hit long to right field. Same with your center fielder, your shortstop or your first baseman. Everybody got to know what to do, and it's different for every player. And they're spread out. They don't get to come to a huddle and talk to each other. And
see, but I disagree with you on that because I played in the outfield. That's the biggest thing. Communicate. You always got we out there communicating and talking the entire time we out there. Mm-hmm. We may be 100, 200 feet apart, but we out there talking. We letting each other know, look, hey, it's 2 outs. Man on second, man on third. Plays at home if you got it because they got to tag up in the air.
That's a lot to say, man.
It's a play at the plate. So you always got to talk, but I think it's a little bit more fluid because we have so much breaks in between each play.
I give you that.
It's hey, it's a full count, run on 1st and 2nd. They gonna run on the pitch. Mm-hmm. You got to force out at 3rd. You can kind of let them know, hey, look, this is what it is. You can always communicate. Yeah. And football sometimes it's more read and react. You kind of
that play clock is moving in between plays also. I'll give you that.
You can settle down in baseball all right, let me get the nerves together. But look, exactly. My thing was, you brought up the Rockies, right? Mm-hmm. So, what about Atlanta? How you feel about Atlanta? Because that fan base been starving for them to get back in the playoffs. I feel it's going to be a tough out when you playing them at home.
Yeah, but my thing is just top to bottom.
Yeah.
I just feel like they can't compete right now with the Rockies. But the one thing I love about baseball, a couple inches 1 or 2 ways, it's either a foul ball or a double. That can change the whole course of the game because you can have 2 runners score on that play. Yeah. So it's a lot that goes into it. So I'm not counting them out, but it's just right now, I feel like everyone on the Rockies is clicking.
Yeah, remember when I said about young and dumb?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But
they so dumb, they so young and dumb. They don't know what moment they in right now. They about to play,
and they don't know they're not supposed to be there.
Exactly, and they're gonna feed off that energy.
But you also said that young and dumb can still win, so it's possible.
That's what I'm saying, and they gonna feed off that energy.
I'm counting them out. Thirsty. Right now, man, the Rockies, they're coming in hot, and baseball is so streaky, and so if you catch a good, they on an 8-game win streak right now. They got 3 more, 3, 4 more. They can just steal those games and get a couple on the road. That's gonna be hard to beat.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to beat, but we're gonna be keeping it posted. I already know we here.
So look,
3-man, we here, baby.
We definitely here. Real quick before we move on, Hill, you said at the beginning of this narrative that you're not really sold on the pitching, for the Yankees. So I'm gonna ask y'all this question: y'all not sold on Severino or Tanaka? Neither one of y'all?
For the duration of the series?
I'm just asking, just as a Severino's, he's an ace.
Yeah, we just pulled him just to save him for the playoff. It's just it's you know what? He ain't Verlander.
He ain't Verlander.
You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I feel like if I got a Verlander out there, I got this in the bag. And then I know for a fact I can put Verlander out there on short rest. Can I put Severino out there on short rest? Can I put Tanaka out there on short rest when I need him?
Maybe Tanaka.
You feel what I'm saying? That's the confidence that I got on in comparison.
But we do got Chapman closing the show.
I'm sold on him. Once we get him in there, I'm good on closing the show. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing.
But you got to get there.
You got to get there.
Hey man, if he got to come in early, listen, get him in there. That's what. Last year we were too late with our switches.
Yeah.
You know, this year we got to be on there, and then that's pretty much it. And that's
my other thing. Even though Boone has been in these moments, he ain't really coaching these moments. So it's like, I when it come to young and dumb, I'm talking about players.
Yeah.
I need experience when I come to my managers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I'm a fan.
The issue that I have with Severino, kind of being that that go-to guy right now, like you said, he's not Verlander. Just what I didn't see out of Severino in the regular season, if you're gonna be that arm, you gotta give me more than one complete game. I need to know, look, I can roll the ball out to you, and you can save my bullpen in the postseason, because that's big. Because when you get in those later rounds of the postseason, your bullpen gets shorter because you're doing a lot of situational, bringing in a lefty, to get those lefty on lefty matchups and stuff like that. So the more innings that your starter can eat up is a big thing, and that's why I say I wanted to see more complete games from him.
I feel you. That's a good point.
He started
get the job done.
He started 32 games.
He wanted more innings, like he said.
Yeah, but
I need complete games.
Yeah,
I said,
it's hard.
I want to roll the ball out there to you
in the show.
I don't know if they're saving him for the postseason.
That's what I could be thinking.
That's just what I need to see.
Yeah, okay, and that's fair. So look, we're gonna keep it moving, man. We're gonna keep it moving. We here at the 3-Man Weave podcast, we are all about changing the narrative. So, AJ, you out there in Tampa, you got anything that you want to change the narrative with this week?
So, it's not necessarily me changing the narrative this time, but what I want to know is, are the NFL players actually getting close to changing the narrative? Because you have a lot of these players that are starting to take over, and thinking about them. Can they start shifting that pendulum to kind of more of that NBA style, where they can kind of get, a lot of that, power within, being laid on the players. Like you have Le'Veon Bell. He's taking hold. He's like, look, I'm not showing up because I'm taking hold of my career. Earl Thomas like, look, hey, bro, my nose running today. I'm not coming to practice. Are these NFL players, is this the start of, kind of that NBA type transition where the power is going to lie with the players? Or is this just kind of like a blip in the radar and these owners are just like, all right, cool, we don't need you, we'll get somebody else in? What do y'all think?
I'm not sure, because Vontae Davis quit in the middle of the game. He retired in the middle of the game. That's the wrong type of power that he exercising right there.
Hey, look, man, look.
He
play for the Bills. Look, if I play for the Bills, I'm trying to get about that.
I'm trying to retire too.
I still Josh Allen about to be our starter?
They looked good last week.
Yeah. Green pass.
He might have been the deciding factor. They might need to get rid of him anyway.
Shout out to the Bills for looking good last week.
My CTE if Josh Allen.
My answer to your to your statement is, I'm not sure that they got the heart to do that. It's I think what Kirk Cousins' contract showed is that it's guaranteed money out there that you can give me. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Donald showed, hey, y'all gonna pay me regardless. Y'all not just gonna pay me D tackle money. Y'all gonna pay me quarterback money.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Khalil Mack held out, he did the same thing, but we are talking about 3-4 players.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, is this kind of getting the ball rolling, especially now that we're kind of seeing these non-quarterbacks starting to get into the mix. Think about Saquon contract as well. The Giants didn't have to do that, but they did. So that's what I'm saying. I just feel okay, it's a possibility. It might take a while for it to get to those back-end rosters, number 30, 31, 32, those type of players, on the depth chart and on the roster. But at least I think we're starting to see, hey, it's moving in the right direction. Even though James Conner has been doing well for the Steelers, he's no Le'Veon, bro. He can't do what Le'Veon does. He's been producing. They still have a good offense, But if you have Le'Veon in that offense, I hate to say it, it's a great offense because it's hard. Like you don't know whether it's going to be a pass, run, what, and it just allows them to really disguise everything they want to do.
But I feel that they should have been taking shorter deals anyway.
Absolutely.
Instead of going out there, everybody want a 5-year long-term deal. Why don't you just go ahead and take a shorter deal with more guaranteed money up front, and now you're dictating your career. Like, I mean, it's been right there the whole time for them to see.
They weren't knowledgeable that the latter parts of those 5-year deals, they weren't knowledgeable at the time.
Well, how many times did they need to see somebody getting cut before honoring their whole deal for them to realize it? It shouldn't have took till Kirk Cousins got his money for them to now understand. It's been there. It's been right in their face.
It's unfortunate. But what I will say to AJ's question, I am glad that there is progress. So I'm never going to deny progress. What I am glad is that more positions are now able to get paid. If you can prove your worth and you're the top at what you do, you should be able to get paid. And that's a good thing. But to Hill's point and his rebuttal, the discrepancy between the amount of players being paid for what they can do and the players not, I don't think that these players are going to be able to collectively say together that I'm willing to sacrifice money if I barely even get paid so that we all can get paid. I don't know if the NFL is ready to do that yet. And the owners, their strategy has been brilliant from the beginning. It's conquer and divide, like a hostile takeover. They keep the happy players and the big names so satisfied, but then they create, it's like a Grand Canyon in between those players and then the main group of players, which is probably 80%.
Yeah. Absolutely. But the owners got the big children every single time because the owners have a hard salary cap, so they can always say, "Look,
that's what they do.
In order to keep my team together, I'm not about to just dump all this money in a defensive tackle, and stuff like that." So that's the trump card that they always hold. So whenever they're like, "Hey, they embarking, hey."
But look at the Rams. They dumped their money into a D tackle now. What?
I don't know, like money in the Rams, but they spent so much money. Like they got an NBA style salary cap. I don't know where that came from.
You know what somebody said? I think it was Pablo. He said, the beauty of that is, man, every GM in the NFL's dream is to get a quarterback that I can get on that rookie scale that can do their job. Yeah. And that will allow me to get all the other pieces that I need, and that will give me a window to, try to be a contender. Because once you have to pay a franchise, quarterback, everything with your salary cap then goes reverse. You now don't have, the flexibility to make moves, to fill out your roster. You got to then try to draft everything. And as we all know, the rate that draft picks succeed is far and few and in between. So,
but my whole thing, basically back to AJ's whole point, but the owners are never going to get into that because I don't think that they actually really care about winning. I think their whole main goal is good business.
Absolutely.
And until they care about winning.
That is winning though.
That's my whole point. Winning brings good business. I'm confused on why wouldn't they try to go win?
Because if I'm doing good business, does it really matter if I'm losing? So you got to think about they want to win business-wise. That's money. If they're bringing in revenue and they're a big market team and they're doing well, they don't really care about if they're losing. Especially if you have a dedicated fan base like the Cowboys. No matter what, whatever merchandise we put out, whatever tickets we put out, they are going to buy it. We win regardless. Whether of course we do want to put out a good team, but if we don't,
But
my thing, okay, they're the number one team. They do know.
Let me tell you this.
Go ahead, my fault.
If you look at like the culture of football fans, the culture it's a cult like fandom. Mm-hmm. So regardless, like you want to be that ride or die fan. Like just imagine how it feels to be with a team that's been losing for so long, and then to actually come up and say, hey, I've been with us from the start, and now we're a winner. That's kind of what football has been able to breed in all of their fan bases. So it's just like, no matter how bad these teams are, these fans are still fans. And so that's why these owners are like, so what?
That's a different. Look at the Jags. The Jags almost got moved to London. That's how bad nobody was coming to their games. Now they're winning and they're selling out like you can't get a ticket.
But they were a smaller market team, and so that's why.
But my whole thing is the winning brings you business.
Oh, absolutely. If you're not good already, but if you have a known commodity like the Cowboys, like I was saying, it doesn't really matter. All you want to do is have good business because that's your main goal.
But you breaking up the Cowboys. Okay, they the number 1 on the 4. Look at the number 2 teams on the 4th list. The New England Patriots. What do?
They win.
Feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're winning and they big business. But winning is bringing them big business.
I think the Redskins are either number 4 or number 5, and they don't win. But and it's actually starting to backfire on them. Like 2 weeks ago was the first time
that they didn't sell out
in a long time. And you know what? Fans are not happy. So like you said, the winning is important. You know, and eventually your fan base, you know, your cult following that you talk about, AJ, will turn on you if you just give them consecutive years of trash. Eventually, I gotta set my trash on the curb for the garbage.
Because I understand. Okay, big business, you getting business, okay. Mm-hmm. But if you're winning, that's gonna and you're continuously winning,
tenfold.
and you sending us hope that eventually we're going to win. That's going to continue with bringing us business. Mm-hmm. So in that case, I ain't got no problem paying you. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem paying you. Look at Seattle. They paid everybody on that team. When they won the Super Bowl, everybody got paid. The moment that they started losing, they blew it up. So I'm not sure, AJ, that we ever going to get to this contract thing that you're striving for, because everybody's not going to do it unless you're winning. Winning got to be the main goal or the main component for them to dial out some more money.
I get what you're saying, but to me, I think it's like if those top guys start getting involved, like if you start seeing these guys like that are actually like, look, I can't replace them. Mainly quarterbacks, even though some quarterbacks I'm like
quarterbacks get paid.
If you're not like, there's only 3 quarterbacks that I'm willing to pay everything to.
Yeah, that's you. Like, everybody's got paid. Every quarterback done got paid. Jimmy G got paid.
In my
Fitz held out and got
it's
paid.
It's only three quarterbacks that I'm willing to pay because they can show that, look, I'm going to get it done regardless who's around me. Everybody else, they need somebody else around them. And so that's why I'm like, look, hey, I pay you, but I ain't going to pay you. You know what I mean? Like Breeze, Brady, Rodgers. Those 3, hey, look, I'm going to back the Brinks truck. Everybody else, I'm treating like Isaiah Thomas. Like, look, hey, I mean, I'll break you off a little something, but I got some other people I need to take care of too, because without them, you going to suck, bro.
Yeah.
But my thing is, once again, you keep saying it's the big players. Who the big players? Like, who the big names?
But also what I'm saying is, though, like, Breeze, Brady, and Rodgers, they not on everybody's teams. Those big players, on some, like, look, you got to, like, if you the Rams, you got to pay Aaron Donald. If you the Raiders, you got to pay Khalil Mack.
Did they?
Exactly. If, like, you know what I'm saying?
They had to. Yeah.
Odell, like, you got to pay him. You got to pay Odell. Like, to me, those are the players you got to take care of, because those are those, you know, those tier A guys that when they on the field, they change the entire dynamic of your whole team.
But nobody's ever had an issue paying those guys.
Yeah, it's those intermediate guys who excel, you know, in spurts, but maybe not just all the time. So,
but can you really say they never had an issue paying those guys?
They was always going to pay Odell.
These guys, they didn't hold out for a reason.
They was always going to pay him.
It's like, I think it was an issue.
Well, see, Le'Veon is a special issue, and I know that's what you're referring to. You know, they just paid AB. They had to extend Big Ben. You know, they actually don't have the salary cap space to pay Le'Veon what he wants to be paid. Like, there ain't no way around that. You know,
no, they could have paid it. They could have paid him. They offered him a contract less than his franchise tag. There's a reason why you franchise tag. You had that money in your salary cap.
Traditionally, the Steelers have always offered everybody a little lower than their market value.
Exactly. Because
so is that Le'Veon's fault? That, like, yo, I know my value, but hey, look, bro,
I'm not saying it's his fault, but I'm just saying
so that's why I
they're sticking to that.
As much as I
You know,
hate
they're
that team,
playing.
Because
One Super Bowl's
do what
doing
you gotta
that.
do.
because it works for them. They're
Yeah.
winning. Your fan base may get mad, but at the end of the day, they're going to put out a winning product eventually.
Yeah.
They're at least showing their fan base that
They try.
we can win.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? They not just going out there with me at safety like some other teams that I'm not gonna mention and just be like, hey,
Go
he
ahead.
can get it done.
No.
Man, I'm not gonna talk about the Cowboys. No, I'm not. We can move on. I'm done. No, they're not gonna get me worked up. They're not gonna get me worked
The
up.
fan, I think the
Speaking of
fans would like to see you worked up.
Oh.
In the NFL.
Round of applause. Definitely. Thank you for the Panthers for making a football decision. You had a need at safety, and you went out and got a starting safety.
And how many other teams have needs at safety?
Plenty of them. We can go on the list.
That's sad. It's still sad. You know what? I applaud the Panthers. I'm not going to applaud the NFL for this.
No. Hell no. Hell, this is Panthers.
But what I can say is if Jerry Richardson didn't have to sell his team, Eric Reed was not going to be on the Panthers.
Yeah, he definitely won't be on the Panthers at all.
Because, hey.
We already know how he felt.
Hey, tell him about the gun line ball.
Tell him about the gun line ball.
Jerry Richardson, hey, he treated that thing like Candyland. That plantation, hey, won't no kneeling. Hey,
Ain't no kneeling in Candyland.
Who that there on that there nag? Who that there on that there nag, boy? That's how he was going to be. That's how he was going to be.
The Django.
I'm glad he got a job, but it's also because it's a change in leadership over there.
And he definitely don't don't rock with the administration. So.
But sometimes that's a good thing. A change in leadership can be a good thing,
And I commend him for not dropping his case.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Because it's still collusion.
He still has a case.
Yeah.
He still has a case that he's from all pro safety. Like he's and only 26.
Yeah.
All these injuries.
Should have been the first person signed, first safety signed.
Easily.
There's the Falcons in their division should have signed him first because they lost
both
two. You lost your starting safety and his backup for the year. What was it? Back-to-back games.
Yeah.
So, should he protest or not?
I would. Because to me personally, look, yes, I know a lot of people in the media are saying, oh, but what now? The protest, you did, but what action are you going to take? What are you going to do? But to me, to keep the eyes on the protest and to allow it to still, have legs and people to just not sweep it under the rug, still keep it in their face, still do it. Kenny Stills and Albert Wilson, they still doing it in Miami. I know, they aren't getting, a ton of coverage just because 45 is not talking about it often, but it's people are still, it's still whispering. They're still, I heard Stephen A. talk about it on First Take the other day, just be saying, he's like, when he was talking about it, he said, there's only 2 players who are still kneeling in the NFL, Kenny Stills and Albert Wilson. But that's what I'm saying, there's still people who are still mad about it, but it's still in their minds now. Don't let them just forget it. Because if now what are you gonna do about it? Because honestly, it's not something that just black people can just fix. We can't fix being brutalized and beaten and killed. That's not on us. We can't say, hey, let me not kneel and just hey, stop the bullet. Nah, we need it to be in other people's face so they know that look, we not tripping. We just not making it up. We just not complaining.
I'm on the difference of that though, because I feel that he's still going to get the coverage and the notoriety regardless. They're waiting for it, so he doesn't have to protest at this gesture of this moment. He can
do it for him.
They doing the work for him. They're bringing the notoriety to him. They're bringing the publicity to him. He can use that to his advantage. I don't think that at this point for him personally that he has the protest. I don't feel that. I think he's done his job.
Being a model citizen could work out for him.
We live in what we call a microwave society. Everything is quick. Everything is fast.
Yeah.
So yes, when he comes back, they gonna talk about it. Those first couple weeks, they'll be like, oh, Eric Reed, he decided not to kneel. He decided not to kneel. But if Eric Reed not kneeling no more, what's there to talk about? They just be like, all right, he just shutting up playing football now. That's why I feel like you got to keep kneeling, because you gonna keep them talking about it. You keep putting them in, keep putting it in
But
your place. Because if you're not kneeling no more,
but as a
they don't
new
have to ask
guy,
you about what you're doing in the community.
as the new guy getting a job mid-season, do you want to come into your team being a distraction? You will probably want to show your team that you can at least do your job and be there for them first before you started worrying about anything else other than what you were hired to do.
Fact.
Hold on. Remember when Colin Kaepernick was kneeling with the 49ers? He got voted one of the, one of the most popular teammates. He got, they said he's not a distraction. They were with him.
But he was already on the team.
Yeah, he was already on the team.
He was already on the team. Eric Reed knew coming to the Panthers, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and that's just my take on it. I'm not saying that that's right.
So,
you know.
But when Cam Newton came out and said what he said, he's like, oh, I feel like racism is I loosely quote him. But he said, I don't think there's anything else since racism or anymore, whatever that Cooney he said. Anyway, when he said that, you don't think that could be a distraction to some black players in that locker room too? Like, hold on, bro. Like, what you talking about?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they're there with him every day. They know him. They like, all right, I can go ahead and talk to Cam. I can understand what's going on. They don't know Eric. He just got there, and it's different from him coming in ruffling feathers and somebody that's already been there ruffling feathers. You know what I'm saying? It's different. You got to fit in. You got to fit in to get out.
If it's a whole bunch of players that feel like him, but they were just, they were too scared to really join in because Jerry Richardson owned the team, but they was feeling like, hey, bro, like, look, I'm with you, but I need my job. Now he come in, and he's still doing what he's doing, and now he's showing them, like, look, hey, I'm still doing what I'm doing. Y'all safe, speak your mind. Is that necessarily causing a distraction, or is that, a rallying point where, like, hey, bro,
not necessarily causing a distraction. All Hill and I are saying is that just make sure that you know the plays and you can do your job and that you can be successful first before you worry about anything else. Secure your bag. You just didn't have a job, a couple days ago.
Yes, I mean, I understand, I completely understand where you're coming from, AJ, but at this point, he got to go in there and ball.
He got to.
He got to go in there and ball, because now they can justify it. Like, this way, he ain't had no job anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He got
worried about you not focused.
He got to focus on balling. But real quick, while we talking about applauding the Carolina Panthers for going out there and making a football decision, let's just take one moment to think about the teams last week who lost. The teams last week who lost, who did not have wide receiver production. Could have made a football move. Could have signed Dez Bryant for a reasonable price. Could have had the production that you needed to get over the hump. There's some trash teams who really need Dez Bryant, and I don't mean to keep beating a dead horse, but there's also some good teams who have cap space, who could have just offered him a decent deal, a 1-year prove-it deal, and you played in close games last week, could have got you over the hump. But continue to not make football decisions, continue to collude, and continue to just, miss out on victories for your fans. Because like Hill said, maybe winning is not important for you.
So we just had a segment. We just had a segment right there that just had 3 topics in one.
We 3-man weave.
We out here, baby. We out here. Yeah, AJ.
We said.
Yes.
So, who do you think is really jeopardizing their season not signing Dez Bryant?
I already said who I thought last week. But I'm just saying, listen, this is a good team. They have a little bit of money, a little bit of cap space. Just think about the Vikings.
Why would they need?
The Vikings don't need him.
I'm not saying that they do, but just think. Another person. This is the one thing that everybody's forgetting about Dez Bryant. He is one of the hardest people to tackle once he has the ball. Mm-hmm. Kirk Cousins excels at, just getting his wide receiver the ball, quick, West Coast style, Y'all just think of the losses. They've been in all of their games. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, maybe a Dez Bryant, a few more plays here or there could have you over the hump. I'm not saying that they need them because they are stacked. That's just an example of a good team who has cap space.
I'll give you a better example. How about the New England Patriots?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Because they've been complaining about everybody's been double teaming Gronk the entire time. Nobody's getting open. Nobody's doing that. You can't. I mean, you've been waiting on for Edelman to get there for 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You could have had Dez in there getting one-on-one.
Greasy.
Getting one-on-ones with Tom Brady.
Greasy.
Come on now.
Wow. When you could bring in Josh Gordon.
But they didn't have. They could have.
This is before
This is
that.
before they got.
Oh, trust me, I know that was all sarcasm.
Yeah.
Okay, we got you.
Hey, so quiet as it's kept, I have a team that I think will really do good by bringing in Dez Bryant. They're not like necessarily a contender, but I think the Jets could really use Dez Bryant.
I
most
said
certainly.
that week 1, episode 1. Come on now.
Like just because, like, I mean,
Go ahead.
no one really pops off the page like for them. Like they have potential.
Yes.
They have potential, but you just like, to me, Dez Bryant gives you that dog. Like he gives you that, like, look, hey, I'm gonna do this for you. And like he's like, you got a rookie quarterback, and you know Dez is gonna go out there and do what he can, just because, like, look, hey, I'm gonna get the ball. Like, give it to me. I'm gonna make you look good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's easy. That's easy. That's clear as day. But right now, I feel once again the team that brought him in, the Browns, should be calling him again.
Especially since
It's time. Y'all the Browns.
Yeah.
Y'all the Browns. Y'all ain't got time to keep developing, keep waiting on the next year.
Baker
It's time to go.
Baker could use them.
Hey, and it's time to go. It's time to go for the gusto.
That's 2 players who got the it factor. You know that's can only equal production.
Hey.
But look, in the essence of time, we want to keep it moving. I got one more thing that I want to talk to y'all about with changing the narrative. Now, it's, preseason basketball started yesterday, kicked off, with the Celtics.
Exciting.
So basketball is finally here, one of my favorite times of the year, me personally. Plus we got baseball, football, everything. It's just a good time, man.
Man, highlight reel is amazing now.
But what I want to ask you two specifically, how do you feel? Because Kyrie, Gordon Hayward, Jason Tatum, I know Tatum's young guy, so of course he should play. But all the starters who are healthy played for the Celtics last night. Luke Walton has already been quoted as saying that LeBron is going to play some minutes. LeBron is the best player in the NBA. He's coming into this year 16 for him.
I believe so.
Something like that. What more do these players like Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward, LeBron James, James Harden, any other superstar that's going to play in preseason? What's the purpose and what do we get out of that?
Because you need on-court chemistry, yo. That goes a long way. Like, first off, Gordon Hayward hasn't played basketball in a long time. He needs some type of competition to get out there, get the rust off.
Just to knock that rust off,
Yeah,
to really put someone when he rehabbing, nobody's really necessarily putting a real body on him, getting physical with it, trying to push him off the block when he's trying to drive or anything like that. And like Hill said, you really need to get that game chemistry. You need to start being able to feel where your players are going to be out on the court, and just knowing all right, in this situation, I know I can count on you to be right here. Like, it's cool that you can do a little walkthrough in practice when everything is just running smooth, but when it's actual competition and things are being planned against you as well, you need that. You need that. Star players may not need it as much to really get things going, but you still need it. You still need it. Like, remember what Hill said when he felt like his Cowboys wasn't playing the preseason?
Definitely. That's why I asked the question. I didn't voice my opinion on it. I'm just asking, you two guys who I respect,
You speaking about Bron, though, this is a whole new team.
Whole new team.
He hasn't played with any of these players before.
Correct.
So he don't know what they can. He might have seen them from afar, but at the end of the day, he don't know how they like to get the ball. He don't know nothing about them.
True.
So
Very true.
and the other thing, he wasn't with them in the off-season program. So he wasn't running 5-on-5 during the workouts. He wasn't there. So he don't know. So they don't know him.
Yeah.
It's different playing against LeBron and playing with LeBron. So they need to see it up close and personal from their point of view. How it's going there, like, oh, he throwing the ball like this. I need to just be open. My hands need to be ready at all times.
True.
Because it's different from
you gotta think about the type of player Bron is. Bron ain't the type of star player where he's just gonna put his head down and get to the basket every single time. Bron gonna look for you, so you gotta be be ready for the ball at all times. He gonna throw that skip pass all the way across the court from 3-point line to 3-point line. Like, be ready at all times.
I hate that. I hate that skip pass, man. That thing gets picked off sometimes, man. And every coach, I mean, Bron can fit in there sometimes, but if you ever been coached on basketball, you go into the bench if you make that play. And anywhere, if you make that play in college, that I'm talking about that across the court 3-point line to 3-point line pass, to where it gotta go all over the middle of the court to the other side of the 3-point line. Man, you make that in high school, you make that in rec league, you are on the bench. I'm with you on that, AJ. So it makes sense, you know. Players need to be in there to get affiliated with their team.
And the only thing about it is, okay, I know it's an 82-game season, it's a long season, but seeding matters. And seeding definitely matters on the West.
Absolutely.
Because it's a difference from all of a sudden you playing the Rockets and the Warriors in the first round to you playing the Blazers or the Pelicans, and that's a total difference.
Total difference.
Because we've seen in the West, like the West, it's some dogs. You can get beat in the West. It's not like the East where you can just like, all right, we gonna coach.
Just get me in the playoffs.
These couple games, you just gonna get in and we gonna turn up.
You win the West, you pretty much won the check.
Ready, bro.
Yeah.
Unless you got hurt.
So like I said, and then it's like I said, specifically speaking with LeBron, it's gonna be some growing pains. It's a whole new roster, young, old veterans, lineup changes, philosophy changes. It's a whole new roster. It's gonna be some growing pains. So he gonna need these preseason minutes. Not a whole lot. Not a whole. He don't have to play a whole bunch of games.
Yeah,
but he gonna need these minutes to get this chemistry. And the same for the Celtics. There's a whole new team again. Once again, like, okay, Kyrie was there for the majority of the season, but they didn't have Hayward.
And then Kyrie was out in the end.
Tatum emerged way faster than whatever they thought. Even though he was the 3rd overall pick, he still emerged way faster than what they accustomed to thinking. So
I predicted it.
Think about Rozier. Rozier ascended.
Yes,
so they got a whole lot of team. They got to figure out how they're going to...
Scary Terry.
They got to figure out how they're going to handle all these minutes. So they got to... And that's chemistry. Matchup lineups and all that. They got to see what's up. Preseason is important.
Bradley, though.
Oh, yeah.
With all that being said, man,
wait. Let me jump in real quick. So just before we leave basketball, real quick, one more thing. I need what's going to be your biggest surprise for each of y'all in the NBA, like a storyline that nobody really seen coming?
Nobody's seen coming.
Dang, like, you should have texted me and asked me to think about that. Like,
I'm putting you on the spot.
You put me on the spot. Hill, go ahead, Hill. I don't know if I got a storyline that nobody sees coming. Oh, matter of fact, I do. I think that the Lakers, and no one thinks it can happen this year, I think that the Lakers can win an NBA championship this year. And I don't think that's too far-fetched. Everybody's saying that it's multiple years, Bron got to get accustomed. I'm going to tell you why I think that. One, before you bring in Bron, you can ask Hill. I already thought that the young Laker core was a strong core. I thought they needed some veteran leadership. They don't get a lot of pieces of veteran leadership. They get 2 pieces, maybe 3 pieces if you add JaVale McGee. They get Lance and they get Bron. But when you talk about adding LeBron James, you're adding the best player in the world to a young group of athletic guys who can do whatever. I mean, like Kuzma, he can do whatever you ask him to do on the basketball court. He can defend, he can shoot it, he could take it to the hole. Like, whatever you need him to do, he can do that. Brandon Ingram is a freak. If he can stay healthy and stay on the court, very athletic. His shot is wet. Zoe can pass, he can handle the rock, and Bron is going to be Bron, And we just got to see what the bench can do. But what I saw last year from Golden State when they played Houston, I saw cracks, man. I saw cracks. And all you need is a few cracks when you playing the King. Like, just look, game 1, they had a chance to steal that with the Cavs. If JR doesn't do what he does, they had a chance to steal that. And all I'm saying, it changed the whole series. All I'm saying is Bron had a confident cast who knows their role, who can do their job like he does with these young boys. It's not too far-fetched. I'm saying it now. You're hearing it here first. I got the Lakers taking the whole thing.
And I hope you're right. I ain't got no, I didn't apologize for 2 weeks in a row. I ain't got no issue keeping it real. I hope you're right. You know what I'm saying? We going. And that's the case. Oh, AJ, you put us on the spot. Two things. I believe the Wizards are just going to wreck somebody's playoff hopes.
I hope so.
They ain't gonna do nothing. But they just gonna wreck somebody's playoff hopes.
Something to enjoy about that.
Yeah, it's gonna do the same roller coaster ride. It's gonna get us hyped, and then next thing you know, it's gonna bring us down. But I also think that the Bucks are actually going to ascend to a top 3 seed in the East this year, and they're going to be a tough out again this year in the East. Nobody's really talking about them again, like, 'cause they don't believe in them. Another great year from the Greek Freak again. Everybody, they got him top 5 all of a sudden, so he got to be an MVP. He got to be an early season MVP candidate.
They had him better than KD.
So they got to ascend. I believe they're going to be a top 3 seed in the East. It's really not that hard for them to do that, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
So that's all I got for you, AJ, right there.
Alright, so my surprise story is going to be that Tristan Thompson has lost his damn mind. Right through goddamn Cleveland. Go home, bruh. Like, you good. We already know what's going to happen.
Yo, I wish we had the Kawhi laugh on that.
Hey, but nah, so like, I've been thinking,
Kawhi laugh.
I've been watching this offseason. I think this is going to be the year that Devin Booker actually makes it to the All-Star game and actually makes it on one of the All-Pro teams.
Whoa, All-Pro too?
I hope so, man.
All-Pro teams.
I hope so.
All NBA teams, my bad. One of the All-NBA teams. I think he's going to make it on one.
Whoa.
Second team All-NBA, man.
Only way that's gonna happen, they gotta make the playoffs.
They can.
Exactly my point.
So that's what you're saying. You're saying you're gonna make the playoffs.
They can make. I got them number 8.
So I'm not guaranteeing a playoff season for the Suns, but I really think that we have pieces that can really compete for that 7th, 8th seed in the West.
Who your point guard?
What'd you say?
Who's your point guard?
Oh yeah, that's a low blow here. That's a low blow.
Come against him.
What you say?
He said,
Come against him what?
Yeah. Who your point guard?
that's a low blow here.
It's not a low blow. That's the truth.
Patrick Beverly, watch. Patrick Beverly gonna be our point
Yeah.
guard.
And I hope then we can revisit.
Okay.
But no, so even still though, I know that we don't have a point guard right now, but I just think like with even with the transition that the NBA is going in, we have so many wings and so many people who actually can kind of control the ball. We are going to be able to space the floor. We are going to be able to have people that can bring the ball up, and it's just going to be a whole lot of ball movement and positionless basketball. I think that if in certain lineups where you have Devin Booker running the 1, all the way down to DeAndre Ayton at the 5, you got a lot of people that are spreading the floor, a lot of movement, and I think it's going to lead to a lot of open baskets and easy baskets for Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Josh Jackson cutting to the basket, or even Trevor Ariza who's going to be hitting threes, or Mikal Bridges who can slash to the bucket or hit threes. So I just think that it's going to be a wide open floor that's going to allow Devin Booker to really get more space to operate, and people are really going to show that he's really going to show that his game is involved.
Well, look, fellas.
Hold on. I got a lot of slack for my top 10, my top 20 list.
What is slack?
Well, specifically, everybody was wondering why I had Jimmy Butler so high.
Okay.
He meant flack.
Yeah, that's
Slack.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm he'll gonna heal regardless. I'm gonna say the wrong words. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I went to class sometimes. It is. Back to my point, punk. Jimmy Butler is gonna swing the pendulum wherever he goes.
I'm not gonna argue you on that.
The people might, and I'm here. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Come at me. Y'all can keep disrespecting Jimmy Butler if you want to, but wherever he gets traded to, he's gonna swing that pendulum.
Speaking of lists, I also caught a little flack, and I want y'all to know, man, that I sat up there and I looked at my list, and I knew there was somebody that I left out, but as it's a lot of players, man. And I'm be honest. I said, look, fellas, I sent it to AJ and Hill, and they said, nope, we ain't looking at it. We don't want to see it. They deleted it from our little group chat, and they said we just gonna post it when it's go live time. I did not intend to leave DeMar DeRozan off, man. He would have been somewhere in there, you know, in mine, probably in that 10 to 15 slot somewhere. He would have been in there. Don't kill me. That was an honest mistake. I knew I left somebody off. My guys just didn't have my back that time, man. Dang. Supposed to be the 3-man weave.
Hey, I mean, sometimes you drop the ball on transition, yo.
I weaved. Yeah, weaved. You ran straight.
You ran straight, yo.
I ran straight. So look, time is of the essence. So it's about that time for episode 3 to come to an end. Real quick, with no explanations this week, I want your fantasy thought of the week. Just say their name, no explanation.
Bathroom Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah.
I ain't even think. I'm sorry. I gotta think, bro. I'm over here tripping. Oh, man. Oh. Carson Wentz.
Oh, really?
Did y'all see him last week? Oh, my fault. No explanation.
Yeah.
Did y'all see him last week?
And I'm just going. I'm going anybody that is a skill position on offense for the Arizona Cardinals. I think Hill may have did that last week. I'm going
Anybody?
Larry Fitz, David Johnson,
Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
What's the tight end name? It don't matter.
Yeah.
Anybody that play offense for the Cardinals.
the quarterback Sam Bradford. Sit them off.
Don't even pick up Josh Rosen. Get everybody away from the Cardinals. I mean, don't go to 7-Eleven. Don't get to Arizona. Don't go to Arizona. Don't get a new bird.
Yeah.
Like
Get a new bird.
Get everything away
New
from
bird.
Arizona. Get everything. You know who's gonna be a thought again?
Who?
Amari Cooper.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
Amari
Jordy stepping up.
Amari Cooper.
He finally healthy.
Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Whole thought.
Whole
And
lot.
nobody want to trade. I got him on my team. Nobody want him. I'm trying to get rid of him. I'm buying low. I'm trying to get rid of him. But if I cut him, everybody will get him. I'm selling low. I'm trying to buy low. I'm trying to get niggas trash. I'm trying to get their trash. They don't want. They like, nah. I'd rather keep my trash. I don't want Amari Cooper. Nobody want Amari Cooper.
Before we get out of here,
Nobody want Amari
last
Cooper.
point. I want to see how y'all feel. So last night I was sitting at home playing Madden, and I want to know if y'all would be mad. So I was playing the Seahawks, and Shaquem Griffin got both hands on Madden. How would y'all feel if y'all was Shaquem Griffin?
I would ask for a redo up.
Like I feel like they that year they made an effort to put Colin Kaepernick tattoos on there. Hey bro, go ahead and just give me one of them things.
I'm just happy to be on the game.
Yeah.
Man. I ain't really going. I wish I had. He probably wish he had two hands, bro. Like he can live out his dream. I don't know. I'm just happy to be on the game. I don't.
He's still catching interceptions.
Yeah.
He
Definitely.
catching interceptions now.
Yeah. And with that being said, look, man, we have 3 favorite guys from the 3-Man Weave podcast. This was episode 3. It's your boy Cannon. And
It's your boy Hill. You already know. Hill, gone. Hill, regardless.
It's your boy Adrian. I didn't get my fruit snack, but El President.
top brass anyway. And with that, we're signing off. Catch us on the rebound. Catch us next week. You know, check us out on YouTube. Check us out on IG. Check us out on Facebook.
3-Man weave.
3-Man Weave _ baby. Holla at us.